Welcome to everyone. In this week video you will learn how powerful and profitable the cycles are. You will also learn how to use them to trade the stock market to increase your profits. This week video will cover the SP500 for the week of September 30th, 2024. Before we start, make sure you read carefully the disclaimer. In my last video on September 16th update, I warned about a possible weakness coming into the market. Let's see what's happened since. The 10 days cycle. The SP500 meet his target shortly after triggered his signal and keep moving up, to make a new all-time high on Thursday, September 26th at 5,767.37. The last 10 days cycle formed certainly on September 25th, finding support on his cycle line. The next low is scheduled for October 3rd. The cycle trend is down and the success rate is 100%. The 20 days cycle. On my last update, I mentioned the importance for the SP500 to stay above his cycle line. If the SP500 cross below his cycle line, it will be the first sign of possible weakness coming into the market. The SP500 stay above his cycle line and made a new all-time high at 5,767.37, right on the target provided by the Friday 13 signal. When the SP500 crossed above his cycle line at 55.85, providing an upside target at 5,767.38. Like mentioned in previous video, a new all-time high have been made, meeting his target perfectly. The next 20-day cycle low is certainly occurring now, and the next one is scheduled between October 13th and 15th. On his way to form his low, the SP500 should cross below his cycle line, providing a potential downside target. The success rate is 88% and the cycle trend is up. The 40 days cycle. After forming his low, the SP500 crossed back above his cycle line on September 17th at 56.12. Providing a potential upside target at 58.21, or $209 or 3.73% of potential profit. On September 26th, the SP500 made a new all-time high at 57.67. This high is only $54, or 0.93% away from his target. Since the high is within the 1% margin of error zone, the target is considered meet. What next for this cycle? Like mentioned in my previous video, since the last 40 days cycle low is confirmed, I draw the 40 days cycle trend line, what's first called VTL. For more details about VTL, I recommend to watch my series of videos or go to my website, tradingmarketcycles.com. I posted the link in the description below. This trend line will help us to identify the next 40 and 80 days cycle peak, when the SP500 will cross below. The next 40 days low is expected to occur on October 10th, the yellow zone. During the formation of the next low, the SP500 should cross below his cycle line, providing a potential downside target, close to the 80 days cycle lines. Here are the cycle lines for this week and their potential targets, if the SP500 cross below this week. The cycle trend is down and the success rate is 87%. The 80 days cycle. 6,084 is the target for the 80 days cycle peak. This target has been triggered in August when the SP500 crossed above his cycle lines at 5,602. With a high at 5,767 on September 26th, the SP500 is 317 points below his target. Since the low for this 80 days cycle is scheduled for October 15th, the time is running out to reach his target. At the time of the low formation, the SP500 should find support on his cycle lines, which will be between 5,640 and 5,570. Like mentioned in my last update, a cross below his cycle lines will confirm some bearishness coming into the market. Here are the cycle lines and their potential targets. This week the cycle trend is down and the success rate is 100%. Let's see on the roadmap where we are. Just as reminder, the cycle line used for the roadmap is the 20 days cycle line. After the last 40 days peak on August 26th, the SP500 formed the 40 days low on September 6th. As expected, the SP500 crossed back above his cycle line at his point, and is on his way to the 80 days peak. So we are here. The 20-week cycle. The last 20-week cycle low was on August 5th. The next low is expected, mid-December, the yellow zone. The peak formation should be around mid-October, the red dashed line. Here are the cycle lines and their potential downside target if the SP500 cross below this week. The cycle trend is still up and the success rate is 100%. The 40-week cycle. This cycle is for the long-term analysis. The last 40 weeks low was on the week of August 5th. When this low was confirmed, I draw the 40-week cycle trend line. When the SP500 will cross below his trend line, this will confirm the 18 months peak formed or is in formation. When the 18-month will peak, this will be an important peak. This will be the second 18-month cycle since the major low in October 2022. In conclusion, despite the September 26th new all-time high, we still have some weakness in the 80-day cycle. A crossing below his cycle line will be the first major sign of bearishness, especially if the SP500 cross below his cycle line before meeting his 6,084 target. This is the end of this week video. Please go to my website, tradingmarketcycles.com, to know more secrets about cycles. If you like this video, please share with your friends, click on the like button and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future important videos. Thank you for following me.